Follow me, Bex from the Wide Boot Company, as I go to Golega in Portugal for the amazing horse fair.
I've been inspired to do a quick video because I was just about to leave to do the horses tonight. I've come up early-ish because we have a storm expected tonight, so I thought I'd better get them done while it's good daylight. And just as I was about to leave, Freddy came on the live for Lusitano network to have a little look around Golega. So it's been booked for quite a while. I booked it in the summer, right before I had some massive bills come up that I wasn't expecting for house repairs, so I wouldn't have booked it if I'd have known they were coming, but hey ho, it's done now. I've been like scraping around for cash for the last few months and just trying to save some money for while we're away. So I'm going with Sophie, who you probably know Sophie from my other vlogs. She comes and helps me at a lot of my competitions and things, and yeah, she was really keen to go, and Lusitano network were organising a holiday, so they're borrowing horses from friends of theirs that we're going to be riding, and we're staying right in Golega itself. So if you don't know, Golega is a town in Portugal where they do their national horse fair every year. So every year it's like the biggest event on the equestrian calendar in Portugal. All the breeders and the studs come and show off their young stock and mares and foals, and you got all the stallions that come along as well. People ride in just for the social side of it as well, so they will be riding around the town, and or like, you know, just there on foot just to catch up with everybody. It's like a sort of networking thing. So I've been there before when it was shut because it was winter, and we had a little look around there. So I've seen what Golega's like when it's completely empty, but it's going to be very different when we get there because it's going to definitely be a lot busier. So yeah, anyway, I'm really hoping the weather's going to be good. It's apparently going to be about 18-19 degrees, and yeah, if you don't know Freddy Steele, he's featured on quite a lot of other people's vlogs and things, and he does a lot of social media stuff himself because he does trick riding and sort of things like learning how to fall off. If you saw Megan Elphick's vlog, he did a whole thing about how to fall off safely and confidence with that, so that was quite good. Go check that out if you haven't. And then Holly is his girlfriend, and she is one of the best working equitation riders in the world. And certainly in the UK, and they're both really nice people. I know them from taking Il Forbio away to the Iberian shows, so I've met them both quite a few times now, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really good. So yeah, Soph and I need to get packing and organise ourselves, I think, and I need to get everything ready for the horses while I'm away, and hope that once this horrible storm has blown through tonight, that it's going to be a bit nicer for Mel while she's looking after them for me while I'm away. So anyway, I best get on and do them before the light goes. I've just turned up somewhere to do a quick bit of work, and then yeah, my Equidry coat arrived this morning, so I'm very excited about that. I will show it to you. They were really good and got it to me very quickly because I explained about going away and needing to take it with me. So yeah, I ordered one because I need a waterproof coat for Portugal because it looks like it's going to be wet while we're out there. So yeah, and I've only got disgusting stinky old coats like this one, which is really filthy and it's ripped, and where's the hole? It's got a massive hole in it there. Yeah, so I just wanted to get something newer and that is definitely waterproof and that's light and doesn't stink of horses to put in the luggage. So yeah, I'll show you that. I'm really pleased with it. Because I'm big and broad in the shoulders, nothing ever fits, and I have been looking at various coats. I looked at the horse hoods one, which was nice, but it was a bit too thick for me, I think, because I get quite hot easily when I'm working, and also it just didn't look like it was going to be a good fit on my shoulders again. So the Equidry is really roomy underneath the arms and stuff, so I just gone for that, and it was actually quite a good price, I thought, for the short one for a fully waterproof jacket. So yeah, very pleased with that and really chuffed it turned up in time, so thank you Equidry for doing that. Yeah, anyway, I think it's nearly 12 o'clock now, so I'm going to go and get out of the car and go and meet my client that I'm doing some work for, and yeah, hopefully get everything else done this afternoon and this weekend that I need to do. So it's midnight and Soph and I have been downstairs trying to be quiet,
because everyone's asleep in her house. And we've had a little shot of ginger, which is like the Portuguese cherry liqueur, as a sort of celebration. So yeah, I brought that over with me, and yeah, we've just had a little chat downstairs, and now she's gone to go get a bit more sleep for an hour and a half before the taxi comes. So yeah, it's getting real now. Not long till we'll be on the road. I'm not really a very good sleeper, so I don't think I'm really going to sleep for just an hour and a half, but anyway, I will try. So yeah, anyway, exciting. Yeah, so we're in the taxi, which is very exciting at the beginning of the journey. I managed to sleep for about 10 minutes, so that was quite good for me. So yeah, off we go to Heathrow Airport, Terminal 2, apparently.
Okay, so we've made it to Heathrow, and it's so early that none of the shops are open, which is quite sad. Yeah, but never mind. So yes, we made it to the airport in time, so that's good. So we've made it. We are in Lisbon. Seat is there, the baggage, luggage, don't know what I was saying there. Yeah, so we're going to go and try and find Freddy or Holly or whoever's picking us up, and yeah, hopefully get on the road and find our accommodation.
We had a quick coffee and croissant and then waited outside.
Well, we seem to have a rather, I don't want to be rude, but anyway, not very switched on taxi driver, shall we say, because we've been waiting in the place for like 2 hours now. Yeah, it can't be any more obvious, but he's not here, so anyway, hopefully we will get on the road soon.
So poor Freddy was getting a bit stressed trying to work out where the taxi driver had got to, because for some reason he'd parked in a really odd place right round the side of the airport, and he actually walked past us several times apparently, but didn't think that we were the right people, even though Sophie was wearing a pair of riding tights. Anyway, we got on the road to Golega, and it was about an hour away, so not far.
As we come up here, look, there's the statue.
So we were actually able to get quite close in, which was good, near to the hotel, because they do get funny about letting cars in as the fair gets busier, because obviously they don't want loads of cars and traffic around where all the horses are. Anyway, we put our bags in our room and then went to have a quick check out of the arena and the shops, and I was super happy to find this roller for €70. I have been after one of these for ages and I love it. Then Freddy took us to see the indoor arena, which is more for the professional riders while the fair is on, because obviously it gets very busy, and these are the sort of top end horses or horses that are for sale.
Freddy's getting us some ginger, and we are looking at all these lovely horses. So the evening is starting to, well, it's getting a bit busier now, but the evening is here. We've got someone doing a tack change in the middle of the square.
So one of the nicest things to do at the fair is to stand by the manga, which is this strip that goes around the arena, and it's got hedges either side, and it's kind of like a little racetrack almost. So people go in there and show their horses off, or just enjoy riding around and taking in the sights. So there's always a huge range of different abilities, different classes of horses, and you get carriages that go on there as well. So yeah, it gets pretty hectic. So we noticed the first day there were less people in the traditional costume like that lady was wearing, more sort of casual clothing. People do tend to dress up a bit for Golega. It is obviously meant to be quite a special event, but yeah, it seems to be earlier in the day people are a bit more casual, and then as the evening comes it gets a bit more smart usually.
That looks like a fairy tale horse.
And even very little kids get involved, as you can see. So this is the Vega stud door, and this is one of the amazing tack shops there. So then Freddy took us over to the Atella stud cassetta. A cassetta is like a little temporary room where the breeders can entertain clients, and you can watch from inside the manga and everything going on in the arena as well. So it's a really great place to be.
Got all the smoke from the chestnuts.
So there were 5 of us in our group, Sophie and I, another lady from the UK and a couple from Australia who were absolutely lovely. This little girl in the purple top here, she was going round and round and having the time of her life on that horse, and it was so well behaved.
So these are the horses that we're going to be riding tomorrow. I think I'm on the big bay one on the end. So, but yeah, they all look very lovely. So I'm very, yeah, it's going to be a good day. Yeah, how's that for a lovely pier?
So most of the horses we were riding were stallions, and it's very, very common to see people just in the street like this, just popping in a bit of piaffe or passage, just showing off their horses and what they can do. And if you wondered where the horses sleep while they're at the fair, they stay in converted garages or barns. The whole town, everybody rents out any space they've got and converts it into horse space just for the duration of the fair. So the second day was our first actual riding day at the fair. We had a lovely breakfast at this cafe and then went out into town.
So we had a really nice breakfast, and now we are going down to the manga because Freddy and Luis are getting their horses ready. They're going to take them to the manga, give them a little bit of a go round to get any energy out of them before us mere mortals get on them. And then yeah, we're going to go back to the stable yard and get on them and then have a little ride around the streets and get to know them. So yeah, it should be a fun day, hopefully. Okay, so this is one of the horses from our lot, I think. Everyone's a bit more dressed up today than yesterday.
So most of the horses here are Lusitanos or PREs, which are Spanish horses, Andalusians. We saw the odd Frisian, as you can see there, I think they're Frisians, and a couple of heavier horses and draft types actually, and a few Anglo-Arabs.
So here comes Freddy riding Gnocchi, who is, I think, who I'll be riding today, that's what I was told. So hopefully he's in a nice quiet mood. Is he in a nice quiet mood, Freddy? So behind the leg, that's good. I'm happy with behind the leg. So this is the one that Sophie's meant to be riding here. He's a stallion, isn't he? Yeah. What, can you remember what his name is? Ipa? We're not sure. Anyway. So yeah, so that's Soph's horse. The one that our friend Catherine, who's not here, is riding, has gone around as well. So yeah, I just decided to put this horse hood shirt on today, and then I've got my Wide Boot Company Orla Spanish boots in the wax leather version, which are nice. They're the ones I use for my Spanish competing normally, so they fit me quite well. So yeah, that's what we turned out in. Hopefully it'll be comfortable, and hopefully it's not going to rain today, so that's good. Go to stables. Okay. Okay, so we're on. Managed to get on. So yes, in Portuguese tack and 2 sets of reins. But anyway, he looks very chilled out, which is good.
Here's Freddy showing off his cavalry jacket.
So it's very nice because you've always got a good team of people there with you that are on the scooters or walking on foot, just to give you some confidence.
Cavago team, here we go.
So once we got onto the manga, it is quite intimidating when you first get on there. I mean, it wasn't very busy at this point, but it does get busier and busier. And it's really good the way they do it, because they station somebody from the team on each corner. So if you have a problem, there's always somebody on the next corner that you can stop at and get a tack adjustment or whatever you need, just a bit of help, or just a, you know, happy smiling face to sort of say, yep, you're doing well, and carry on. So yeah, that worked really well. So this guy with the team of 4 beautiful horses kept doing donuts in the middle of this track and suddenly swinging round. So I was a bit keen to get past him, because you'd be riding up behind and all of a sudden you'd have 4 horses turning around right in front of you. So yeah, it was. I was giving him a wide berth. And here are the rest of our team horses coming past, not the Palomino, but the Greys and the, I think it's Cremello or Perlino. So Sophie's horse was in a double bridle, and she hadn't ridden in a double bridle before. So it was really clever. They looped her reins up the bottom rein so that she didn't have to worry about that and can just ride on the snaffle rein. So that was a really good idea. So I was struggling a little bit with Gnocchi because he wasn't that forward. As Freddy said, he was quite behind the leg. So yeah, it did make it a little bit tricky trying to stay with the group, because he wasn't actually that fussed about staying with the other horses. So that's why I'm not in this video bit here. But we managed to have quite a few nice bits of trot, and we had a little canter at one point as well. So, you know, it was all good fun. Gnocchi was actually really good fun to ride around the streets. So I really enjoyed that more than the manga, because it's a bit quieter. So I'm getting some boots made for my photo shoots for the Wide Boot Company. So it's on the computer now, we've emailed it, and I am hoping to get these. So they're going to be embossed with the Wide Boot Company logo, and then I'm going to use them for my photo shoots, which is exciting. But yeah, they're lovely quality, and they're going to last. So yeah, very happy with those. Warning, flashing images. Okay, so they're just doing a little test piece of my logo to make sure that it is going to come out okay. I'm going to be very impressed if it does come out okay, because it is quite detailed.
Did you send
JPEG, yeah.
you sent a JPEG?
It's a JPEG. Oh, I think it's a JPEG or a PNG. I don't know. It's here.
Yeah, the best for is probably a vector. If you've got it in a vector, that's what I do for my embroidery.
Yeah. Okay, it is actually working. I'm seeing tiny little boots appearing. Quite cool. So we're a bit further on.
They're 2 boots, are they? They're boots.
Yeah, my logo is 2 boots back to back with the Wide Boot Company and some little scrolly, you know, floral bits. So I'm going to be amazed if that's actually legible at that size. And on scale. So they've just done it at a bigger size, which will fit on the strap still. That's the first version, and this is the second version. So this is really good. So I'm really happy with that, and I think on the smooth leather it will look even better. So we are going to go ahead with that. Perfect. So now they put the boot on the laser cutter or etcher, and they're going to start doing the boot. So now it's lined up and it's starting. So the logo coming. Honestly, I thought this was just amazing how quickly I mean, obviously it's speeded up here, but it did it pretty quickly, and I was so amazed with the result. It looked brilliant, and what a brilliant thing to be able to bring home for my photo shoots. You might find somebody that can do this thing. Okay, how good? Wow. How good is that? That looks absolutely amazing. They also did such a good job of lining it up on the boot strap as well. Okay, so there are like literally loads of colours that you can get. The suede can be monogrammed as well, so it is possible to have the suede type ones or these new Bucky sort of, well, these are suede I think, but yeah, you can have those monogrammed as well.
So I would highly recommend this because they really do look lovely quality. And I get so fed up of overreach boots that just fall apart after a few wears. So hopefully these are going to last a really long time. They do have these ones as well. They have these ones as well that have got the buckles. If you've got a good horse that stands still for you to do them, which I probably don't so much. But yeah, most of them are the Velcro straps with leather over the top. So yeah, they are really, really lovely.
These two kids are so cute on this pony. How lovely. So these are some more horses from the Manuel Vega stud, which is a very, very traditional and popular line of breeding. And this is inside their sort of personal stable. And this was a different stud. They had some really young ones. They were very, very cute. You can see photos of them up on the wall behind them being displayed properly.
So yeah, we're back by the indoor arena here. And this is like the viewing gallery when you come in. And more professional riders in here. There's some really, really lovely pottery, which I think is all from the pottery shop down the road. I love that. That is just got so much action in it.
Then we went back out to watch the manga, and as you can see, it's starting to get a lot busier, and the people that are bringing their horses are doing a bit more sort of impressive moves with them, shall we say. I think the little grey coming up on the inside is actually my friend Sebastian on his horse. So yeah, it is, that's Sebastian there. So yeah, it's just a case of spotting who you know and just kind of gawping over all these beautiful horses. I think it's really nice how driving is so popular in Portugal as well. Obviously we do some driving over here, but it just seems like a much more popular way of just chilling out with your horses and enjoying them. And yeah, I think obviously if our roads weren't quite so busy, it would be lovely to be able to go and do this. This big draft looks very sweet as well. I mean, just look at some of these horses. They are, you know, dream horses for most of us, aren't they? And yeah, obviously the easiest way to get around is to catch a ride with your mum, or your aunt, or whoever that is, or your dad. So yeah, it's nice to see everybody getting involved. It's a real family event. So this was a visit to another sort of stabling area, and with a very top level dressage rider. And it's quite common to see people warm their horses up like this as well, sort of lunging on a very short rein. So in the main arena that evening there was a display by the Portuguese Royal School of Equestrian Art. It wasn't like a full display, it was more of a sort of showing off some of the in-hand work and the airs above the ground. So this is one of the riders doing a capriole, just about to go any second. There we go, very impressive to watch this. The level of training here is quite immense. And this just made me laugh, it's hilarious.
Oh dear, oh dear. So it's late at night now. What are we? 10:30. And there's some horses coming back through now. And we're heading back into town, having had our very, very tasty dinner.
So this is Luis pouring some more gingers. This is a cherry liqueur.
So we just got some chestnuts, which is actually very nice. And this is obviously where the party is happening. It was a bit quiet by the manga, but everyone is obviously here. So that's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. But that's fine. We're going to go back. It is really, really quite cold, so we're going to go home and get in our PJs and warm up.
day 2 of riding.
So it's the second full day that we've been here, and yeah, this is just a little look at our room. So I didn't really get a chance to do that before. It's a bit messy now because we've got all of our stuff and all of our shopping everywhere. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday was really good. We got to do quite a bit of shopping time. Freddy took us around at some of the various people that he knows, so we got to speak to a guy that makes the traditional costumes, so that was interesting. And we went to various stables and breeders and spoke to them and got to look at the horses up close, which was really nice, so that was fun. Yeah, my horse I think just was a bit tired, and he just didn't really want to go round past one section of the manga, so he went through it around a few times, and then when everybody started picking up in the trot and canter, he just was a bit tired. So I did for a bit, but I didn't have any spurs, so apparently he is used to being ridden in spurs, so we'll try that today, or possibly I think they might be swapping me onto something else, but I don't think we're really riding that much this evening. It's more of a kind of go to the horse bar where you sort of stand and have a drink on the horses, and so anyway, we'll see. I'm here just for the whole experience anyway, so I'm not really worried riding wise what I do. It's more just for the whole experience, isn't it? So yeah, but I mean, Freddy's been a brilliant host. We've really enjoyed it so far, and yeah, had a really nice lie-in today, which I desperately needed. I think I'm so tired. Yeah, I think we actually woke up at 12. We didn't set an alarm. So I did wake up earlier, but went back to sleep. And yeah, we've had a real good catch up on sleep, which is just what I needed. So yeah, we're now going to go and meet the other guys for lunch, and then yeah, ride this evening, I think. So.
A couple of the meals were home cooked in the stable yard, and oh, they're amazing. These prawns and the steak and these beans were so nice. So Holly arrived, and that's outside the Atella Cassetta, and these are some other horses that were next door to the Atella Cassetta. So as you can see, they have these sort of temporary stable areas that they put the horses in. The lady from the Atella stud also did a lovely talk for us, which was very kind. We also found this really cool antique shop with old bottles of port behind the Atella Cassetta, and a Yoda and an ET. Strange.
So these ones are all black. So there's definitely more horses that have arrived into the Cassettas in the last day, so they're just settling in. Some of them are a little bit kind of nervous. This one looks pretty chilled out.
So for the second ride, I was swapped onto the lovely Jasmine, who is another 17-hand stallion. Got on really well with him. He was fab, much more like my own elf. So I wasn't allowed to ride him in spurs because he is a lot more sensitive and off your leg, which is great. I really like horses that are a bit hotter and off your leg, so that was great for me.
He's looking nice. Good.
And we even managed a couple of nice canters, so that was good.
So now we have stopped. We've been around the oh, I keep forgetting the name of it. Anyway, we've been around the middle, we've done some cantering, and now we are at the bar. But anyway, I got on very well with this boy, and Darren got on very well with the one I was riding yesterday, so that all worked out well.
I thought this photo of Jasmine was really cute.
So now we are riding, I don't know where we're going. They're just taking us around the streets, maybe to one of the bars, not quite sure. But anyway, Jasmine is being very, very well behaved. So yeah, very pleased with him.
So through the little window you can see here, that is a horse bar. You can ride up to the bar that is horse height and get a drink. So we had another lovely traditional meal back at the stable yard, and then we went out to watch the dressage, and there's Freddy standing on a bin because he's not tall enough already. So I've had to cut the music in and out a bit because of copyright. It's a shame, as always, you can't see the tree freestyle to music, but anyway, and after they've done their test, off they go around the manga for a cool down just with all the other horses, so everyone mingles in with each other. But yeah, there were some really interesting music combinations and
lovely, lovely horses and very good riding as well. So it's always nice to see proper classical style dressage. This next rider, I really loved his music. It was all very sort of Celtic. Some of it was Lord of the Dance type stuff, and I think some of it was Pixar. And this one was music from Kung Fu Panda, which I absolutely love, and I ride Elf to it in the field quite a lot. So yeah, I was really chuffed to hear that come up on the speakers. Again, because of copyright, I can't put the original music on, sadly, but anyway, it gives you a little bit of a feel of the sort of vibe it had. Maybe if I can get my trot half passes to look a little bit more like this, I will get a higher mark than a 6 next time I go out and compete. So that evening we went to a club night, which was really fun. I stayed out till about 4:30 in the morning, and there were loads of my friends from the Iberian horse shows there and some of my Portuguese friends, so we had a really great night, and I haven't been out that long partying for a very long time. This is my friend Sebastian, who you saw earlier on the grey horse, and his dad and my other friend. Day 3, our last day of riding and the photo shoot.
Just hold on there.
This was actually my favourite day of riding because we went round the quieter back streets. It's much more calming and a bit less hectic, and I really enjoyed it. Jasmine was really good, and yeah, it was good fun doing photos around the different locations and seeing some different parts of Golega that we hadn't seen yet. So it was really, really good. It's really lovely that they plaited the horses to make them all look very smart. And yeah, I'm wearing a Spanish sort of a Spanish outfit. It's a bit of a bodge job. I obviously don't have any Portuguese outfit. I would love to, because the culottes and everything is so much nicer than the Spanish outfit, I think. But anyway, it looks smart. So, and Jasmine was a very good poser as well. So we also got to have a little play with the piaffe when we got back to the stables, which was nice. Up a bit from the other nights that we've been here, because it's getting towards the weekend, so everyone's arriving, so everywhere's open and we're busy, more horses around. So yeah, we're going to go to the arena and watch some of the showing.
E da Alabama por Ventura. Concorre na classe dos 5 anos ou mais, agora na raça Anglo-Árabe.
So this is an Anglo-Arab 5-year-old, I think. Quick little pic of Gabby from Australia and I. So because this was now getting towards the weekend, the outfits definitely started to get a little bit smarter. I think more people were dressing up in the traditional gear. There were quite a few people in Spanish gear as well. A lot of the Portuguese riders seem to like riding in the Doma Vaquera saddles. They're not really correct for Portuguese, but apparently a lot of them like them because they're very comfortable. So yeah, there was a lot of that, and I mean, I found the Portuguese saddle very comfortable that I was riding in, so, but maybe it's the expense as well. I'm not sure if the Portuguese tack is more expensive, but anyway, it all looks nice, and as long as people have made the effort to turn their horses out nicely, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. And that's the police on their horses riding round as well, so keeping an eye on everything. The horses were meant to have a number on their bridle as well, or like a sort of tag, just to say that they were allowed to come onto the manga and properly sort of registered to be there. And look at this little kiddie on his tiny little pony going around, very, very sweet. And another little tiny rider. That's not surprising, they're so good as they grow up, is it really? And here's the little pair of donkeys that I was admiring earlier that were very, very sweet. So this was another showing class that we watched. These were slightly older horses, I think, and to be honest, because I don't speak Portuguese, it was quite hard to know what was going on with some of this, but anyway, it is a showing class. Now that is the missing colour from my little herd. If I ever had the money and the time to get another horse, it would be something like that. So from what we can work out, they all get to mill around at the top end, like a warm-up, and then they have on the board a timer. So it times a couple of minutes that they're allowed to show their horse off. And then the bell goes and they go out again, which seems a really good way of doing it, rather than the English style of standing in a big long row, waiting to come out. Horses getting bored, and you know, it's not good for their backs to sit still on them anyway, so I really like this, the way they're milling around in the background, and yeah, you get to show off in the middle when it's your turn, and that's it. This is huge. So Spanish side saddle. These two are just the cutest. They keep snuggling with each other, and they're just so cute. It's making me want a donkey. So I finally managed to catch up with friends at Rodea Curta, and that's my friend Amanda and her husband, and we had a nice drink with them, and then we went on for a meal at a really lovely restaurant and their secret recipe sauce for their steaks.
So after yet another fantastic meal with those beautiful steaks, and oh, that sauce was amazing. It's a secret recipe, so we're not allowed to know what was in it, but anyway, we went back to the main arena to watch the proper display which was on that evening. So this is Doma Vaquera riding. I think it's the same group of people that I saw at the Exeter show. That was very good. And then we went to the Royal Portuguese School of Art, Equestrian Art. This was their display again, so that was really, really wonderful to watch. It was very crowded, so we did struggle to see a little bit, which was a shame. I'm not very tall, so when it's a big crowd like this, it's quite difficult to get up near the front. But anyway, it was enough to see, and lovely to watch this beautiful formation riding. And yeah, it really is a true art form. And I think the Portuguese and Spanish really do this so well. So yeah, well worth a watch if you ever get the chance to go and see them again. It was really lovely to see all these beautiful costumes up close as well. I think they're obviously based on historical costumes. I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you from what era they're from. But anyway, it's obviously a very sort of big thing to be accepted into this riding school and be a part of it. So there's a lot of sort of pride that comes with riding these horses, and rightly so, because they are hugely impressive. Yeah, this really was just the most wonderful performance. Like I say, if you get the chance to go and see them, I really would take that chance to go. Quick pic of the horse disco with a carriage in there. Bye, beautiful church. So it's our last morning now. We actually got quite an early night because I think I personally was a bit burnt out after my party night on the second night. So yeah, we're just walking now to the taxi because they close off a lot of the roads because of all the horses. So it's quite difficult to actually get the car in, especially when it's like busy times. But yeah, there's people riding still everywhere, busy. It's safe with her suitcase. Everybody else with their suitcases. We're going to miss these guys. We've had a really good time. And Freddy with I think he's a bit hungover, but he is carrying my suitcase for me, which is very kind of him. So anyway, so yeah, bye Golega, off to the airport. We have a loose pony. So this was quite amusing as we were walking back to the taxi. This little pony had decided to make a bid for freedom. So here is a lovely picture of the specially engraved boots. And here is Il Forbio, or otherwise known as Elf, in his wonderful roller that I bought that I was so happy with. €70 for this is such a bargain because they are over £200 when I've looked online. So I'm so chuffed with this. Brilliant. I really hope you enjoyed having a look around Golega. If you'd like to follow, please don't forget to hit subscribe and you will be notified of any future videos. Thanks for watching.